Right, testing 1, 2. Sounds good to me. Chat window up and I think we're ready to go. Hey Atomic, welcome to the stream. Alright, we're looking good. So apparently now we're going to Sandy for Voracious Resurgence missions. Hi Patrick, welcome to the stream. Was this the dating quest or whatever? Yeah, this isn't the quest. Well, welcome to Bahamut. Alright, I'll be sure to wave if I see you. Yeah, Sandy music. I mean, a lot of the music in Loving Takes You Back. Oh! So, and like, you know, packing things up and cleaning up and everything for anyone who's not aware is like, I'm in very early stages of getting ready to move. And once I get settled in the new place, I'll be streaming and putting out a lot more content. I know the content's been coming to a slow drip as of late, but it's because I'm so super busy. But I found, and I thought it was interesting, the original manual, which was actually interesting to go through. It's got like a little cheat sheet that I remember I used to have up that had all the commands. And yeah, it was just interesting just to go through and like I said, look at the manual for 11 that came with the game on PS2. Like it even talks about like talks about like all the cities. And it's a pretty thick manual to be sure too. Is the interesting thing. But I thought it was pretty funny to find that, and I was like, I think I'll have this sit on the side showed on stream or one of my videos. Can we start the Voracious Resurgence thing? I agree. There's just way too much drama. I mean, that's why I left Azura. Alright, so what is going on? There's something... Oh no, there. Okay, Dancing Prince. Oh no, this is the quest. Okay. Thought it was the one where it's like you're supposed to find, I don't know, for the king, like a female, and I don't even know. I never did that quest originally, but apparently, no, this is part of the Voracious Resurgence. I don't even remember where Royale is. I think it's to the left. Yeah. I've been wandering around the void for decades. Oh yeah, it definitely takes dedication going back through it, but I actually do enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it to some degree, I definitely wouldn't do it, because it is a lot of work just to like level up another character for guides and stuff like that. So, oh, you're welcome, Doug. I'm glad that the my videos have helped. I always like hearing that. Oh, I bet. 8 years away from the game, 7 to 8 years away. Yeah, there's definitely a lot changed. Because I know I was lost when I first came back, and I definitely wasn't gone that long. I am actually from Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised. Although I kind of want to get out of Maryland. The taxes here are just absurd. But the thing is, obviously, you know, born and raised here. Yeah, I have a lot of family and friends here, so it's also just hard to leave at the same time. Okay. I'm in northeastern Baltimore County. So northeast of the city. Alright, so now I gotta go to the Cavern. Frederick's a nice place. I haven't spent too much time in Hagerstown. Goodwood. Alright, so then I gotta go to H10. should be right here. Minutes to fight this thing? Hey Ricardo. Yep. Thanks. What is it? Cauliflower from Dragon Ball Super? Yes. Well, it's Cauliflower, not cauliflower, but yes, the Cauliflower. So, the interesting thing about this, so if you followed my channel for long, which I'm sure a lot of people haven't, so this wasn't my main character. So when I started making content for the channel, because my main character, who's now Cloud Chief, that's his name now from server transferring, since obviously he had gone through a lot of different stuff, it was like, okay, if I'm going to actually start making guides and stuff, and one of the first guides I wanted to do was, you know, for people coming back to the game or starting a new account, you know, it's like you need to level up. So it's like, okay, let me take one of my mules to level up. And so I chose this character. The interesting thing is, so when I transferred from Valifor to Azura, this character's name was, from my mule from way back, I actually had as Duna Newt, for anyone who doesn't know, from Appleseed. So when I server transferred, that name was taken. So it was like, okay, what name should I, you know, change her to? And again, she was just a mule at this point. I wasn't actually planning on making content and, you know, have it planned. So it's like I'm promoting Cauliflower. Well, the other thing is, so when I server transferred and was making the name, they had just like announced that it was like, you know, Cauliflower. She was like the first female Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Super and this, that, and the other. And at this point, I actually had thought that she was Kale, was my thought at the time. I was like, oh, so Cauliflower is going to be the legendary Super Saiyan. But again, we hadn't gotten to that point yet in the anime or the manga. So it was just like, okay. I was like, well, I'll take Cauliflower. I'm like, the name's only been out for like a month at this point. I'm like, I highly doubt someone has that name, and took it and got it. So that's how I had that name, and then just ended up, you know, leveling up with this character, and yep, so that's where we're at now. So okay, Patrick, have a good night. So yeah, I just find it interesting. It's like, so when I took the name Cauliflower, it was like I thought she was gonna be the like female Broly, but that ended up being Kale. So if I would have known, would I have taken Kale over Cauliflower? I mean, I don't even know. It's hard to say. I do keep up with the manga. I read it every month when it comes out. It's actually been quite interesting. I'm interested where they're taking, since Maru, the whole Maru saga's done. I don't want to say too much about that, but I thought Maru was a pretty good bad guy. His whole arc was interesting. It was definitely interesting too, considering how strong the characters have gotten for what they did with Maru, for him to actually be somewhat of a threat. So, I can't even think what the new character's name is. Isn't it that's Granola? I think. So I don't know what they're gonna do with him. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with that. Oh no, yeah, Vegeta's freaking ridiculous. I like the direction that he went. I liked how he like trained, and he was actually it was basically like, I can't really get stronger, like just physically stronger. So he's like, I'm gonna focus more on learning techniques, you know, that'll give you an edge in different battle situations. And it's like, that's very strategically smart. Like, yeah, no, Vegeta was definitely, yeah, I like the direction he was going. And it's funny, because in the manga, they make him a lot more strategically savvy than he is in the anime. Like, I know, what is it, when he was fighting Goku Black, considering they say going, was it Super Saiyan Blue is such a huge, like, vitality strain. Because what is it? I think in the anime, Vegeta's never even gone Super Saiyan God. They've never shown him in just God form. So I remember when he was fighting Goku Black, he was staying in, what is it, just God form. And even, like, Goku Black was, like, knocking him. He's like, you're gonna fight me in a lesser tier Super Saiyan form and think I have a chance of winning. But considering, what is it, God isn't as stamina draining, and he was just, when he was landing a punch, just going blue for a fraction of a second just to get the power in without the stamina drain. It's like, yeah, you're playing it smart. So yeah, I do. Like I said, I like what they've done in the manga. I don't know why they haven't put more of that stuff in the anime, since they kind of like go down the same path, but they're different. It's weird. Probably out of Super, probably the whole Goku Black was my favorite saga. I wasn't a huge fan of the Tournament of Power. I know a lot of people like Tournament of Power. I just thought it was lame. I mean, yeah, some of the fights were cool in there. Obviously, like, the Goku Jiren fight was good. I'm not trying to, like, knock that, but just, like, all in all, because of everything going on, I thought it was just basically a clusterfuck. It was just it didn't feel like a battle royale. It felt like, oh, here's a way how we can shoehorn in all these different characters so we can just try and have these different matchups. And I just didn't like it. But that's just my personal take on that. I mean, I honestly, I liked the idea of the Battle Royale. But it didn't feel like a Battle Royale. I didn't really care that it was, like, I wouldn't say, like, it was too busy. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But it just, like, so you literally have, was it, I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 universes. I think it's 8 universes, but I think only 6 were competing. So you had, and 10 fighters from each universe. So you literally had 60 fighters. So you have, you know, at any point you could literally be like 1 versus 50. Not that that would make any sense, but just saying. So you had all this, and you never really had any more than like a 2v2 really ever going on with whatever different stuff. It didn't feel like a battle royale. It is my disappointment. It just felt like, oh, here's this character fighting this character, and this, and it was just, it just didn't feel right. I just thought that it could have been done much better, so it would have felt more like a battle royale. So what is this? I am curious when they're going to start the anime back up again. And are they going to start it back up again and do the Maru saga? Which should make sense. Like I said, I thought Maru was a very interesting and good character. Yeah, it had a lot of potential, and it just didn't felt like it went anywhere. It's Alright, so where do I gotta go next? Do I have sickles? I don't know if I do or not. I might. No. I have to go get some. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the anime either. That's the weird thing. I heard people being like, oh, well, they need to get the manga along for that, but it's like, for them to have stuff to make, but first off, that what hadn't been the case before with like the tournament, like the Tournament of Power was done in the anime and it hadn't finished in the manga for one. So it's like, people are saying that it's like, okay, you clearly weren't following both and keeping up, because you would know that. I don't know if that was the case, because I wasn't always following the manga as closely as I've been in, like, recent years. But, I mean, I remember even when the Tournament of Power finished, they were like, okay, they're like, Super's going to take a year off, and then it's going to come back in a year. And now, I get it. COVID hit, we had a, global pandemic. And so it set things back. So I do understand that, and I'm not like upset being like, oh, where's Super? But it is just weird that we haven't heard anything. Is kind of where I'm just kind of like, wasn't that like, okay, is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 2 years? Like, I'm not complaining if it would be another 2 years or something before we got any more Super, but it's more like, keep your fans, keep your, your loyal fans in the loop. Alright, Doug, have a good night. Alright, so I need to go get some sickles. So, H8. We'll just take the home point anyway, but... Probably should go. I can't remember where the NPC is that takes it for Gil. Probably should take Gil over Bale, but do have plenty. Really? There's queues for Odyssey? What server are you on? I mean, if there's on Azura, I could see it, but I can't see there being queues on any other server but Azura. I mean, I would occasionally have to wait like 2 minutes when I was doing Odyssey. I haven't done Odyssey in months. So, yeah, Azura. Yeah, that makes sense. It is prime time right now, so... Whew! That is a lot. Trying to remember how many... I don't think that we had broken 3,000 when I was on the server. But yeah, well over 3,000 people on the server. Zol up, not that I'm gonna go fight him. Nope. Fought that thing way too much to try and get P-Heart back in the day. I actually consider that a good thing, Crunch Drop. I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I obviously have, and I'm sure you do too, I'm sure you have 3 or 4 like go-to jobs that you like to play and you're typically playing. But no, I don't feel you need to have a main. I know people are like, oh, what's your main? I main whatever. And, you know, they'll list their job. I've never liked that in any game. Any game whatsoever. I like trying out all the different classes. And obviously, you're going to have your personal favorites. And then you're going to have, even if it's not your favorite, you're still going to have your go-to. You know, for like party dynamic situations and what, you know, your friends or, you know, your guild, link shell, whatever you want to call it means. But yeah, in terms of like having a main, I don't ever really, because people ask me that in whatever game. They'll be like, oh, what's your main? Be like, I don't have one, and I don't really want one either. Yeah, exactly. You have like four go-tos. See, it's kind of like you said, you got your 3 pet jobs, and pet jobs are always strong. I have no clue where I'm going. I mean, I know I'm going to like H10 or something, but and I know you have your like go-tos, and then you got your white mage in there for support. H8. No, I'm doing the Voracious Resurgence. So the new missions. I thought more would come out because I didn't do it. I believe these are the ones I went through last month. And apparently no new ones came out, or if new ones did come out, they weren't They haven't been updated on the wiki, so... So go to H8. So it says, you know, there's some sickles and harvest at the glowing flower at H8. Make sure I don't miss it. The thing is, I'm not even at H8 right now. This doesn't double back, I don't think. Harvest the glowing flower. Dancer and Beast, they're both strong jobs. Yeah, these are actually the brand new missions. These are still, they're not even complete and they're still coming out. They were coming out like every month, but they've skipped a few months here and there. Guess we'll continue going this way, but this is quite odd. Unless it's wrong. I wish they were more clear on this. Well, that's always been, well, I shouldn't say always, but that's how Azura's been in the last, like, 2 years, at least to my knowledge. Everyone trying to make a buck, rather than actually doing content. Maybe it's possible it's at the beginning. Okay, I'm back at H8. I guess I just didn't go far enough. This is just bizarre. I feel like it's gotta be back at the beginning. Let's see if there's a better description. I don't know, man. Absolutely, you can solo the new missions. I've pretty much, for the most part, like, true soloed it. I've only for a handful of things, and I know I could have done it without it. Haven't even summoned trusts. I know I did earlier for the fight, but then after going through it, I could have easily done it without summoning trusts. So, yeah, you can easily do it. I don't think there's been any, like, BCNMs yet, or anything like that. It's all just been, like, go here, talk to this NPC, go here, click this, go here, okay, it'll pop a mob, kill the mob, you know, get an item, go here, do this, and that's been pretty much it so far. There has been some interesting fights. I know I did one fight and I wiped because it popped 3 mobs, and the mobs will actually skill chain you, like the 2 will weapon skill and skill chain on you, and then the other one will magic burst, and the skill chain magic burst, you know, basically, you know, destroys you, so as it rightfully should. So there was that. Obviously when I went back I handled it differently so that didn't happen and then it wasn't an issue, but yeah, the new missions are very, very easy. The thing that I've talked about this, I think I talked about this the last time I was streaming. The problem I have with 14 and a lot of games is that the game is designed that it's vertical progression. Basically, where you can be top tier, and then in a couple of months at most, all the gear you have is irrelevant and needs to be completely replaced with new gear. Therefore, the progression's always vertical and always changing. 11 for the vast majority of the time has always been horizontal progression, whereas they will have new stuff come out that's better, but it's not stuff that completely invalidates or replaces the old gear. And so therefore you're progressing, like I said, more horizontally. It's like you're going down the line and you're just progressing as you go, instead of literally, okay, now everything needs to get replaced. Okay, now everything needs to get replaced again. Now everything needs to get replaced again. And that's what I just didn't like about 14. And sadly, that's like most games that do progression, do that. And it's just kind of like, stop taking all my freaking gear away. So yeah. Yeah, that too. It's like, I mean, there is differences, but it's like, you got your melee jobs. All the melee jobs pretty much play the same. They'll maybe have a different combo, and they'll hit the mob from a different side, but yes, it's a different combo. Range attacks, well, your range attack characters kind of do the same thing. Your mages, but yeah, it is very cookie cutter. I would say is the correct term for it. Just let's check back in the beginning. This is just... This is irritating. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, I can't see any other way how to get that. H8, even looking at a map here. The glowing flower harvesting. See if I go in the other tunnel, if that'll make its way. The other thing is that it's very static. I mean, I think they said they ended up removing it, but I at least know when I was playing 14 that it was like, you know, you always had to have a tank, 2 DPSs, and a healer. And it was always just locked in. Because the thing about 11 that was great is nothing was ever locked in. It's like you can literally do whatever you want. You don't want a tank, you just want a bunch of DDs to go in there and just bounce hate and the healer will take care of it, you can do that. You want to somehow have, you know, a bunch of tanks for whatever reason, and I don't know, maybe like one black mage and then a healer, you can do that. Like, you can literally do whatever you want. You can be very unconventional and make it work. And yeah, it was great. Because it like 14 feels very much like it's on rails. It's like, this is what they want you to do. You're on rails. You need to go this way. You need to do this. Whereas, like I said, the thing that I love about 11 is just so open-ended. You can just kind of do whatever you want to some degree. Dang it. What, the quest here in Otwa Chasm? You need to do it for multiple different things, and mainly COP. And yeah, I literally have a guide on how you can climb it. I remember that was something I made a guide on. Okay, so... Really? Actually, as I'm looking at this, only the one tunnel connects to H8. So I feel like either one, the information's wrong, I can easily cut through, but yeah, when you got a handhold someone through stuff's never fun, but it can be rewarding to help someone out. Wow, I've been running around this zone for almost half an hour trying to find this stupid flower. So I'm about to get ejected off my mount. Shit. No, you can't pop a mount if you have aggro. It'll say that your mount detects danger and refuses to come or something along those lines. But, I mean, as long as you don't have aggro, like, I'm gonna get knocked off my mount and immediately be able to jump right back on. It's honestly not that big of a deal. Is the thing open, or is this the same area as that before? This is the same area as that before. Can't use that command. What command? I didn't use any command. not at H8, but at this point I don't even trust that that's right. It says it's a flower, but this is getting frustrating. How did someone figure this out? Yeah, the game being menu-based does take some getting used to. I mean, to get around, if you're talking about trying to do like commands and stuff, that's what macros are for. You know, build a bunch of macros. But yeah, it is a very old school menu-based style game, and yeah, that's not gonna change. So, I do get, you know, that being someone's complaint. Is it possible you, I mean, I would think they'd say it in the guide if you needed to. It's like, is it up there? Which is, that's what, that's where you come out of the PCNM. Or not PCNM, the ENM. Vanguard Billy. Like, seriously. What's this mission called? Excuse me. What? I found a video. I don't see your position anywhere, but he's outside. He's like outside on one of the cliffs. The other thing is there's no weather, so I don't know if that's partly to blame. I just don't know. It's not here, so it'll be at the next one. Yeah, this is it. So that's the flower right there. But I can't freaking harvest it? What the... Well, this is stupid. Is there anything said in the dialogue before? Oh, I'm not actually at the... Didn't go to the garden. No, the thing's not targetable, but if I wasn't on the right step. No, I think I missed the step is all. Which, like I said, that would be my bad. Where's the garden? Yeah. Helps if you're on the right step. Yeah. Definitely helps to be on the right step. How many more missions do I have? I think it's only one or two after this. I mean, I'm not bummed out because there was it wasn't like a remake. You know, it was kind of be its own thing for the mobile phone, and like, I'm not at all surprised. From what I heard, there was just all kinds of disagreements from the development team on developing stuff. So, I mean, people have said, "Do you want to see a reboot of 11?" And it's like, I don't know. It's complicated. Would I like a rehaul of 11 in terms of like graphics? Maybe like, you know, update the menus and do some improving stuff. If they could do that without me losing my character progress, yeah, I would be all over that, and for sure. But like 11 just takes so much time, so to have to like start over, I just that seems just a bit much. Let me guess, my warp ring's not up. Well, we figured it out. It's a pain in the ass as that was. So, like, I was never expecting much from the mobile game. It seems like a lot of people were under the, like, conception that it was, like, you'd be able to play 11 on your phone, and maybe I'm wrong, but my understanding of it was going to be a completely different game on the phone that takes place in the world or universe of 11. It would be taking place in Vanadil. And it's like, that's cool. I would totally be down with like another game being made that's taking place in this world, but with like a lot of different characters and stuff that you see. But like starting over in 11, just again because of how much time the game takes, that I'm not down with. Like I said, I would be down with another game like 11-2, kind of like how there's like, you know, 10-2 and whatever, you know, different. I'd be down with that if it wasn't like an MMO, because not that I have a problem with it, you know, an MMO, but again, being a time sink, I don't want that. So I don't know. It's complicated. It's not. I don't think there's a simple answer I can really give, because there are just so many games and stuff that I want to go back and play and do that I just, you know, it's hard to find the time now that I'm older and have all kinds of different things I want to do. But I am excited though when I get settled in my new place and I can ramp up live streaming, get back to some of the end game stuff was working on in here, start playing some other games. I'm definitely excited about that. I mean, it's not stuck on a PS2 engine. It's now PC only. They moved off of the console stuff, so they could, in theory, do a rehaul, and maybe that is what they have planned for the 20th anniversary, because they said like 3 years ago they have something big planned for the 20th anniversary. So, like I said, I would be down with a complete rehaul of everything, and that you can transfer your characters and your character progress. I would totally be down with that, and that would be amazing. But the Valheim? What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It definitely wasn't going to be this game on mobile. I know that's what people were thinking. It was like, oh, I could be playing 11 mobily, and it's no. I never had that conception. I never had that. Like I said, maybe that's what it was. Because I mean, honestly, I didn't do a ton of research and didn't really care too much about it. But my understanding of it is it was going to be a completely different game, just taking place in Vanity. So. I'm curious what all this, like, ball stuff has to do with the Voracious Resurgence and the Gulka kid and everything. Let's see. I'm sure it'll all tie back together, but... typically they do that in some way, but it seems out there. Right, so you were aware that this particular flower affects you and your brother, yet you took the flower? Wait, Sony bought Square Enix? I was not aware of that. I will have to do research on that and find out. So the thing about it is, even if another, I mean, one, Square Enix is a big enough company, even if like Sony buys it out, unless they go ahead and like fire all the staff, which I don't think they would do. Like if they fired all the staff and brought in all new people, then I would like worry. But if they just keep all the current staff on and is just like, you know, taking it on for, you know, royalty sakes and that type of stuff, and then just giving general direction, I wouldn't be too concerned overall. Hold on, let me see. It's rumored that they're gonna do it. Yeah, I had not heard that. Return for final cutscene. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll do a little bit of research over the week and I'll see what I find out. The other thing about it is, I can't see even another company taking over and then being like, okay, let's just shut down 11. Because the thing about it is, especially at this point, I could understand maybe like 5 years ago, a company taking over and then shutting down the 11 servers. But at this point, 11 is a pretty decent cash cow. Because for the fact is, you literally have a recurring monthly income coming in from it. And the only cost for it is to keep servers up that are... I mean, I know they've upgraded servers. I don't know how long ago they've upgraded, but we're talking the maintenance and electrical usage of, let's say, a 10-year-old server at this point to keep this game up and going for the thousands of players that are paying you $15 to $20, maybe even $30 a month per account. That's a pretty, decent, residual income coming in for the cost. I can't see any company wanting to shut it down. That just doesn't make sense in terms of a profit standpoint. So, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I mean, the private servers wouldn't be screwed. Because one, if they shut down the servers, it's arguable they could release the source code. If they shut down the main servers, it's not going to screw over the private servers, because then the private servers don't have to worry about updating. They would then do their own updates, because there's no reason they wouldn't keep the code that they currently have. The only way that the private servers would need to worry about anything is if they got a cease and desist. And like I said, considering the income that, like I said, 11's bringing in terms of its overhead, I can't see any company wanting to shut it down. That just seems silly to me. The only reason I could see someone shutting it down is if for some reason the higher ups, like the CEO, has some kind of personal vendetta against it. And it's just like, no, just shut it down. Outside of that, I can't really think of a good reason that it would get shut down. It just doesn't make any logical sense to me. Alright. I think this is the last mission. Let's see. Yeah, this is the last mission. Oh. Speak to Cauliflower again. Interesting. So a bug exists where defeating a mob with a weapon skill may not trigger the cutscene. Anyway. I must leave it once. Although I could decide to, you know, log off, not log on for a month, log back in, go do Dynamis, go do whatever stuff, and then maybe 3-4 months get down the road, can go do it, and then everything will be fine anyway. But I must go at once. Gotta love video games and timelines and quests. So where am I going? J8. What do I think the best job for macrocosmic orbs is? I would say warrior. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, but warrior with a really good damage taken set. Because you can, if you need to, you can fell cleave the mobs. If not, you can just super tank all the mobs and still do really good damage. Paladin's also really good. Rune Fencer, I've never tried, but I'm sure if you have a decently well-geared Rune Fencer would be good. Rune Fencer could arguably be better than Warrior. So I'd either say like Rune Fencer, War, somewhere in there would be the two, and then like Paladin, and then maybe any other solid DD that can tank. And then just have a bunch of support trusts. And yeah, I think you would be fairly easy to do. I always go in with War when I do it, but that's, you know, like I said, my War is pretty well geared, and also can do really good damage. So J8. So that would be my recommendations. Is like one of the, is like I said, basically you want like a tanky, job that can also deal damage. Wait. Didn't recognize that name. I don't know if they change it because these are like higher level or something. They're still too weak. I did, all by myself. No trusts. I have something for you. Well, I thought it was pretty easy. No, grats. I think a sub job is huge, but yeah, that's it can be a lot for people to understand. I'm going the wrong way. Excuse me. Did not mean to do that, but it's not like I use favorites anyway, so. There's just a lot of convoluted crap going down for a ball. This. Battle to the death? That wouldn't go well, one way or the other. It's like either you die, or you kill the prince, and now you're like an enemy of the state. Night crunch. H9. reveals. Should be interesting on Monk. I don't think it would spawn. I don't know if he's completely resists silence. I ever played Puppet Master? Very, 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 very little. Yeah, he's gaining HP. I have played it a very tiny bit. I've played with a fair amount of Puppet Masters 2, but most of the time they just have the automaton tank. But yeah, there's not a lot I can speak into about Puppet Master. What are you doing? I haven't seen your weapon skill once. I mean, I don't know if you're macros or... Changing your weapon? Like, be changing your weapon? The Hexa striking him? Can I just teleport out? I just don't know why they weren't weapon skilling at all. My only guess is that they kept losing TP because they had whatever macro sets, so they were changing clubs or whatever when casting, but it's like, take that out. Should have been able to win that with Hexa Strike. Yeah, it wouldn't let me, I tried. I'm not angry, I was just bored, just kind of like... And then I was just also wondering what they were doing. They were obviously stable, but it's like, if you're just relying on White Mage auto attacks when he's healing himself, yeah, that's not gonna go too well. Weapon skill him one more time. So I don't know if Berserk works with formless strikes or whatever. Heck? Oh, shield bash. Royal bash. No, I don't have a wait time for my equip sets. It's literally just equip set, like / equip set, and then whatever the set is. And then it's like just weapon skill set, and then literally the next line is just do a weapon skill. There's literally no wait. What is the Ken Bruce? I'm not sure. So the +1 Admir is just really good. Let me look up what this is. Because I don't recognize that. What? Ken Busada? I don't even know what that is. And Google's not finding anything for me. No, what is this Ken Busada? I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, so... This stuff, it's... I mean, granted, what is it? So the dual wields, I'm not really getting much out of that. You're going to get more out of dual wield. I mean, I'm not... For Monk, I'm not saying you couldn't do better, but this was just stuff that I quickly just threw together. Yeah, it's something that's not... Are you talking about... Is that superior... Is that the Superior 3 stuff, maybe? I don't know, but the thing about it is, so... It's got a lot of accuracy, a lot of attack. It just has good stats on it between, like, the augment, the strength, and attack. The triple attack's the big thing. So you're getting 4 triple attack on it, along with dual wield, but like I said, dual wield's not really helpful for Monk. And then just, like I said, just really solid stats all around. So, you know, why wouldn't it? Yeah, Superior 3. Well, one, I don't have it. The Superior 3's pretty expensive. I don't even know. Let me look. I know what you're talking about. I mean, for Monk, that very well could be better. I know what you're talking about. It's like the black gi for the body piece. I mean, in most cases, the Superior 3 is going to be better. But again, one, you're relying on needing to have the job points, whereas this, I don't need to have the job points. Two, like I said, I know it's expensive, especially if you're going to have the +1 stuff. Like, let me see if I can find it. Okay, geez, so 9 critical hit. Oh, and it's triple attack 6%. No, this is just straight up better, but again, it's 20... It's like 25 mil. But if we compare the stats... Triple attack 6, 9% critical hit rate. .47 accuracy, which, yeah, this doesn't have that. This has more strength because of the augment, but that's negligible. This has more dex also, but again, that's negligible. The Superior 3 piece has a little more accuracy, but again, the big thing is going to be that, so you get 2 more triple attack. The subtle blow is going to be really nice, and then the critical hit. The other thing that about it is, so it's Monk Sam Nin for the Superior 3 piece, where you can see this is, you know, Monk, Thief, Ranger, Nin, Blue, Core, Dancer, and Fencer. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there's not, you know, better. That's the other thing. If you look, I'm only Superior. I don't have any. I couldn't equip it anyway, even if I had it, because my Monk's currently, you know, Superior 0. So there's that for one thing. But no, that's definitely the Superior 3 is definitely a better piece. Looking at it, between the 9 critical hit and the 2 extra triple attack you get off of that, and a little bit more accuracy, yeah, that's definitely a better piece. So, like I said, so the thing about it is, it's gonna come down to, I would say, for why other people use it, or use the blue piece over that, I can't really speak into. For me, why I would typically do it is, so, the Superior 3, only 3 jobs can use it. This, you can have, I'm not going to count Ranger or Core, although, I'll count Core. And I mean, you could count Ranger if you're going to do melee, but I mean, I wouldn't typically do it, so we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 solid jobs that can use this piece, whereas the other piece you only have 3. So there's a little bit of, trade-off there. On top of that, they need to be superior 3, where this, I can just wear it, out of the gate as long as I'm level 99. There are some stats on here that are higher than that, but I mean, that is just an overall better piece, because this is typically a TP piece. There's also reasons for, like, I mean, it depends on who, like, so, like, Ninja, you might want to, Ninja, you probably would want to TP in this piece over, it would be really hard. It would have to see what other pieces you're using. Because the other thing is, all the 6 dual wield is going to go a long way for dual wield jobs, where the superior 3 body piece has dual wield. And again, it's like, what other pieces are we talking about? But the 6 triple attack and the 9 critical hit, that's going to be hard to beat. So, I would definitely say the superior 3 is a better piece. But I would say that this is a comparable compromise for less money, more jobs, and you don't need to worry about job points to equip it. So I think that's where it's winning out. And it's a good enough piece that, again, you're dropping, for just the body piece, you're going to be dropping 20 plus mil for something that only 3 jobs can use, whereas what is... Let me look what the cursed item is for this. If I was at an auction house, I could easily pull it up. But let's look at what the price difference is. Okay, it's Jinxed Jacket. Really? Yeah, so the Jinx Jacket, so that's going between 13 and 16 mil. So it's looking like average, so about 14 or 15 mil you get. So you're saving somewhere between 5 to 10 mil. You can use it sooner. It's a comparable piece, and more jobs can use it. I mean, and it's good enough. Like, yes, the Superior 3 is a better piece. You're going to get better damage numbers and just perform better. But it's not, is it... I mean, we're talking about 11 here, where people will pay hundreds of millions for, like a 2 strength difference in terms of like a +1 over something else. So, saying money difference, but again, for your average player, dumping 10 mil for 9 crit and 2 triple attack for only 3 jobs getting use out of it, like... And again, the Spirit 3, so I think that's where the difference really lies. Well, let's see. So I was actually comparing the +1. So let me compare, and again, it's like, so are you comparing comparing the +1? So what's the NQ's probably dirt cheap in terms of the superior. Yeah, and so the NQ is 4 mil. So And I know, like, let's look at the NQ set, though, for Edmure, I wouldn't bother using. So yeah, 3 triple attack, 5 dual wield. You don't get the set bonus, which is the other thing. Where this is, so you're going to get a critical hit bonus if you're using multiple pieces, which I am. So that's giving me critical hit there. Yeah, if we're looking at the NQ compared to NQ, the Superior 3 is just straight up definitely better. Because like I said, I'm not getting then the bonus of the +1 here, and I'm not even talking stat increase. I'm talking about the set bonus, because the NQ for the Adamir, or however that's pronounced, you're not getting that, and it's just straight up lower stats all around. Yeah, substantially less accuracy in attack. As in, yeah, you're getting substantially less accuracy in attack for the blue set, going from the +1 to the NQ, compared to the Superior going from HQ to NQ. It's not as much of a dramatic stat decrease. It's only 1 less triple attack, 2 less crit. So yeah, and it's only 4 mil. So one, like I said, I don't recommend anyone use the NQ sets for the curse sets for the stuff that comes from Estia Sky, Estia Ruan. I always recommend using the HQ sets at this point, but so it's a little cheaper. But in terms, let me even look at that. So if it's not Jinx, I'm trying to remember what it is. No, this is the right thing. What's the piece? Vexed. And Vexed, that's 2 to 3 mil. So if you're talking NQ to NQ, if you got the job points, I see no reason. You should definitely use the Superior 2, because that's like no money. But if we're talking about the HQ to HQ, if you're talking the NQ Superior to the HQ Blue Jacket, they're pretty comparable. I would still say the Superior would win out, so maybe, like I said, can purchase it. But again, for reasons I said, and then also inventory space, talking jobs, it's really a toss-up. I mean, yes, if you have the Superior 3 set, definitely you should use it. My guess is that just most people don't have it, and because of inventory space, the amount of jobs, not having to worry about job points, and already using just, really good gear that is definitely sufficient for pretty much all endgame events. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not to use it. But yes, definitely the Superior 3 is better. So that's my take on that. So this is cheaper, more jobs, more versatile, and you don't need to worry about item level, and it's more than sufficient for all the content. Those are the reasons I would give to use it over the Superior 3. If you have the Superior 3, yes, use it over this. Unless you're like dual wielding and you're using it for dual wield purposes. Yeah, that's my take on it. As for why individuals, would use it over the other, I can't speak to it. So. Especially because in this game, with so much gear, and considering they keep adding gear and we're not really getting an inventory increase, that's another thing to consider. Is it's like You're taking a slightly upgrade over lots of jobs can use to only 3 jobs can use, and then you're using up another inventory space. It's just... they said they're going to do something about inventory space soon, but it's just not soon enough. And I need to sit down and should... what is this? So wait, where do I need to go? But, yeah, like I said, just inventory space is hard to, you know, give it up over. Just inventory is just, it's so brutal. Hey, if they gave us more, like, Mog wardrobes and we needed to pay an extra $1 for it, I would pay it. Just because it's so brutal, but they need to give us more equipment sets. 100 equipment sets is not enough. Literally full space. I don't need these sickles. So what is this shield? Really? I don't need a level 1 all-job shield. Again, inventory space. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, in terms of just straight up for monk, superior. I mean, if we're looking at it just from a monk perspective. Because it's Monk Sam Nin. Sam can't even use the blue set, so Sam shouldn't even be in the equation talking about that. In terms of ninja, again, if you're using dual wield, I can see using if you're focused more on dual wield, I can see using the blue set over it because you're still getting triple attack. You're getting you're still getting good accuracy. I think you can get more accuracy if you augment for that. So I can't remember what path. I went for the attack path. So from a ninja perspective, so again, so if you need dual wield along with all the triple attack you get for it, I can see that for ninja. If you don't need the triple attack, obviously the superior 3 is better. In terms of a weapon skill piece, though, superior 3 is by far better. So, considering I know you can weapon skill in the blue set also, this still has good stats and triple attack and everything. So, but in terms of monk, considering you're not getting the dual wield, the superior 3 is just straight up better all around. So yeah, so again, it comes down to also what jobs. So, but yeah, guys, that is it for the Voracious Resurgence. We've been going for more than 2 hours at this point, and I do have my realtors coming over tomorrow. I need to get some cleaning up done around here. So we're gonna look about trying to get the house listed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap the stream up unless anyone has anything they would want to say. Was it? But so as long as there's no interruptions, I think next week I'll get back to new player about trying to gear up, and then hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll try and get back, and we can try and go do a Kin solo, do a few attempts on that, and see how well that goes. Because what was it? We took Jin, we beat Jin live solo on stream. That was fun. So go do Kin. Kin's interesting. He's in some ways he's easier than Jin. I think all in all, once you get to him, as long as you don't get caught with like interference or something, or I'm trying to think, because he just casts so much. As long as you don't get caught with like interference, or I can't remember what the other one, or magical invocation, as long as you're like in your tanking set when he does them, you don't get caught with that down. He's easier for the most part. However, it is a much longer fight, considering you have to throttle your damage a decent bit. So it's more challenging in the fact that you need to get there with more time, and it's just a longer fight. So considering time is a huge factor. But outside of that, I feel it's an easier fight than Jin. Outside of, like I said, magic invocation and interference are more of a threat when they go off. So yeah, but alright guys, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel, and may you guys have success in all you do.